Libra, hello. Let's see. How are you doing? Where are you at? Where is your Libra placement? I typically read for sun signs, but you know, if you are resonating more with your moon or rising or some other placement, you could be here for that. This is for the Libra collective, what's going on with their person, their divine counterpart, and what's the holdup? What's the holdup here? You might be dealing with someone in law enforcement. Your name could be Madison. I found some trinkets. One is a keychain named Madison with a purple heart. While shuffling, I did get the the Hanged Man out of both decks while I was shuffling. And so you could be dealing with a Pisces, could be cross-watching, could be a Pisces cross-watching for Libra. You could have a Pisces placement. The Hanged Man is doing your own thing, which Libras are typically good at. With justice and judgment, a holdup with Libra can be that they're worried about being misjudged. But I don't, personally, the Libras that I've known have always been on their own path. They kind of just do their own thing. But yeah, I found that, and then I found this little, this little guy I just think is cute. But I get what's the hold up here? Like there's almost like a traffic cop thing here. So that could be literal, but that could also be the sense of misdirection or confusion, because traffic stops are all about communication and timing, right? Everything's got to be about that timing. So it could be kind of like a cosmic clusterfuck in your world right now. And so maybe the Hangman is, maybe you're not looking at love, or if you are looking at love, you're just in a patient place of just kind of hanging out and waiting for the right timing, which is how you come into divine union. It's divine union is based on divine timing, and divine timing is a frequency. It's not something that you can measure. It's something that you feel. It can't be quantified, right? But it can be quantified, qualified. Maybe there's a pregnancy involved here. We'll see. But I get like quantitative, like your levels for a pregnancy test. So you could be testing for something. We'll see. What might you be testing for? You could be getting tested or feel like you're getting tested by the universe. Or by shadows, past connections, lower frequencies. That could be impeding this. We have the Queen of Swords. That's you and your power there, Libra. And then we have the Two of Swords, which is making a decision. So that's that test. You may have a decision you're coming up on a fork in a road, or it may feel like an intersection. Maybe you have 4 options, right? Where it's you're waiting on signs, right? You're waiting on signs and signals like you would with a traffic cop. If it's under construction, right? A tower could have just happened in your life where everything's kind of under construction. You're under divine remodel. And so it's like you're waiting for someone to say, stop, go, waiting on your time, which feels like a very good place. I mean, the Queen of Swords is someone who's discerning about what works for them, what doesn't. They're willing to receive offers, but they have their boundaries are very straightforward. They know what they want. They know what they're not going to settle for, right? They're very discerning with and diplomatic. You could be in politics or something, but there's a sort of a very self-assured energy here of someone who's just like, I'm just waiting on the signs, just waiting for my time to go. Now, if you're that person who's banging on their steering wheel, waiting for the light to change green, that could be the holdup there. You could be the holdup because you're not trusting in the divine process, right? There are people who just, you're at this traffic stop every day. There are people who are angry. Hey, who is that? Can you stop that, please? Nelly, that's you, baby. Calm down, please. Thank you. So you could be, there's a level of anxiety every single day. And if you watch those people and they're always running late, they're always anxious to get nowhere. It's just, there's always a rushed sort of, in the Two of Swords, I feel like there's more, like you have more of a trust. So you could have the trust and your person could be feeling rushed, or, feeling, it could be like anger issues or, and anger is just a form of hurt. It's a form of passion. It tells you when something needs to be changed, when something needs to, like I keep picturing people in traffic where they're just, if you peek in the cars of everyone in a traffic jam, everyone's got their own little story going on. And I feel like one of you is the person who's just sort of like singing along with the radio, and the other person is honking and looking and maybe stepping out of their car, and they're like, what's going on here? So there could be some sort of lack of trust in divine timing. Let's see, because we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is, see, someone's fighting the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is self-love. This could be someone who's just, you always talk to, you talk to those people who are always busy, right? They're always busy. They're always going. Oh, I don't have time to take care of myself. I don't have time to sit down or take a bath or rest, right? And to come into the Four of Swords, right? Anytime that you are at the Two of Swords and you're going to make a decision, or if you have too many swords of anxiety, the advice for swords, the most peaceful, balanced place. Nelly, please stop, baby. Thank you. And she chews and itches out of anxiety. Her dad did the same thing, who is now passed. But it's a fox terrier thing because they have skin sensitivities. So allergies and anxiety, and it all just kind of, so there's like anxiety, you could be dealing with allergies or anxiety. But you could be dealing with a Gemini who's very anxious because that's what she is. But you come into the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is about rest. It's about just laying down. And, I just shared this with a friend. Samuel L. Jackson's reading of Go the Fuck to Sleep. The little lullaby book or whatever. And it's kind of, I feel like somebody needs to just chill the F out, right? Kendrick Lamar's song, Be Humble. There could be an arrogance or something. Somebody may feel entitled to things going their way. If that's the case, that's not someone in a divine alignment. That's somebody who's resisting the process. But Six of Wands is self-recognition. It's balanced. It's agape love. And so the seventh wand is just unnecessary. It's like somebody's fighting self-love. Somebody is fighting coming into the confidence of their magic, because wands are magic. It's somebody's not quite in their magician power, which the closer you get to God, the closer the devil gets to you, in whatever forms those entities or energies reveal themselves to you. Someone could have low self-worth. We have the Five of Cups here to clarify the Seven of Wands. Right? And the Five of Cups is blocked love. It's blocked emotions. And you see there's this maternal figure here that's not very nurturing. Usually it comes in threes, so I was waiting on the other two. And that's somebody talking about it. There could be a third party interference of a mother or an older female, older feminine here. Is see how they're just talking shit to this person? They're trying to bring them down. But I do feel like this person is sort of could be dealing with the Capricorn, but I get when I looked at this, it was like Narnia. Could be a Taurus as well. James McAvoy is what is he? The little goat. A little fawn. Mr. Mr. T. It's Mr. T. A pity the fool. But James McAvoy is a Taurus, and he plays the little fawn. And I just, for whatever reason, saw his little legs, and it just reminded me of that. I just see a little, kind of like a fawn, which is, maybe you're dealing with a horned person, which is Aries, Capricorn, Taurus. But what you get from those, but see, he's very jovial and light and playful and not listening to this bullshit. So this could also be somebody is warding off. That's that interference, right? That challenge or that unexpected sort of test. Could be the masculine could be working through that and sort of fending off the demons of their past. And maybe their demons started from a parent, particularly a maternal, feminine, female figure. I mean, it could be a past lover, past wife or something. Maybe they dealt with a wife who was just like an awful person. Just very mean. There's a Hangman again, and that's after the shuffle. And the moon. So we've got Pisces and Cancer here. The moon can also be Pisces. So there's more Pisces energy in the masculine. So you could have, I don't know why I got a fawn from this, because it looks like they have scales on their pants there with the purple. But with the purple heart here, that's the third eye, that's intuition, that is the moon, that's Pisces. So there is trusting your intuition. See, I get this, typically this is, you've got a difficult decision coming with the Two of Swords that you don't see coming, and it's going to be very challenging. But I get that this person, the feminine, is trusting in their intuition. Now, if you're the feminine and that you relate to that, then just know that your masculine is struggling with, they're between learning how to do things their own way, and being playful in the night, right? So that is understanding their intuition, and getting more into their connection with the 5D, relying on faith, trusting in the process. They can see the process. They can see, and even if you can't see it literally, you can't see it in the 3D with the two eyes, but in your third eye, when you see it as just a knowing. You don't necessarily have it mapped out. It's not, maybe you don't see exactly what your person looks like, or, maybe the masculine is struggling with the fact that they just don't see a feminine that is somebody they would want to invest themselves in, and the only representation of a feminine that they've ever had from their mother or this bitch right here on has been really negative, very toxic, somebody who doesn't understand them, which is very Gemini, because Geminis are commonly misunderstood because they are the inner twins, you know, within themselves. And so very few people have the capacity to understand and empathize with someone's inner bipolarity, and someone's inner duality, and that they can be two things at once. That's very confusing for people, and because people are confused by that with the moon here, maybe that's why they've been sort of neglected. They haven't been able to play or be mischievous, because I do get this jovial, mischievous, you know, like a fawn, you know, out, just this like mystical creature. Also, the fawn is we just got stuff, ghosts moving stuff around. But I think of the fawn, the stag, the scene in Harry Potter with the white stag, and how it jumps, you know, not in that scene not in The Prisoner of Azkaban, but with Severus, you know, it's the deer is the Native American zodiac for Gemini. That's all I was saying with that. So, we have the Two of Cups here and the World. A whole new world. So if the masculine is not seeing the feminine in the 3D, because that's the way that twin flames work, the feminine is the first in the twin flame connection to know that they're in a twin flame connection, because they feel it, because they're tapped into the 5D, because it's in their nature to understand intuitively that their person is out there. And when that Feifel goes west, somewhere out there, and then you get the tomatoes thrown at you. Maybe this person is like in the performing arts, or they're a performer of some sort. Because we get, you know, here, but that can be people who are heckling and people who are throwing accolades up at the stage, up at the performer. They, you know, they throw roses at them, or they throw, you know, these are spilled cups, but it kind of is like the tomatoes, the tomato juice just sort of, so I do feel like the masculine is maybe under attack right now, because they're closer to their feminine. I feel like maybe they've moved, jobs, location, the world, mindsets. The world is an ending, but it's also the new beginning. It can be a new perspective with the Hangman that's getting a new perspective. This is new. The world is new, a whole new world. This person is, the masculine is getting very close, and the closer that you get to God, your divine union is part of God, right? It is divine. So it is the culmination of two magicians, which a magician realizes that they are a god in themselves, right? That they have the power to create, utilizing all the tools, all the elements. They're a divine alchemist. They create, right? To be a creator means that you are a god. And that is not being a false idol, right? If your purpose and your intention and the magic that you do is all pure, it's working on yourself so that you can better serve the collective and the community. Maybe this person is like a community service agent or social worker. They do something in the community. They could be a coach or something. But I feel like they've done, they could be a theater instructor, you know, because I am getting like the theater with the dancing puppets and puppeteer here. Could be a Sagittarius, that movie. I love it so much. With Brendan Fraser, who is a Sagittarius, and we are in Sagittarius. Oh, what's today? Is it the 20th? Yeah, we're on the cusp of Sagittarius season. So, you know, maybe it's like in the nick of time, this is going to come together. But I feel like the masculine, they are attracted to, and they don't know why, right? But the feminine in them is attracted to a feminine who is in their power, right? This feminine is in her power. And so they're attracted to the feminine, and then they see them in the 3D. And often the feminine doesn't have they know the feeling of their person, but they don't always see. Some people do. They have visions or prophecy where they can see their person. And in the movie, which I did not say the title of, with Brendan Fraser, is Still Breathing. And in that, he and his father's before him. Maybe this person is a junior or a third or something like that. But this, his father and his grandfather, they saw their wives. They had visions and dreams of their wives for a long time, and then they found them. And I feel like with this world, whether this person knows it or not, every move that they've made, every step you take, every move that they've made, every decision, every falling out, every heartbreak, everything. That's what the divine union is, because it's just cool that way. But it's like this person, it has led this person to you, or the feminine, whichever you associate with. So if you're cross-watching, because I do get cross-watchy, Page of Swords was kind of coming out in the shuffle earlier. So, there's some mixed messages here, because I do feel like the masculine is looking for their feminine. They want to see them in the 3D. But I feel like their feminine 5D, because we all have masculine and feminine, is drawn to the feminine because the feminine is holding this frequency. So if you're the feminine and you are sort of like, is my person coming in? If you are struggling with a little bit of impatience or restlessness or feeling like time is running out, right? Is this ever going to happen? Or doubting the process at all, because, we all have that. And because if you're getting close to your divine union, the devil is going to be on your heels, because the devil does not want you to come together, because the work that the divine masculine, divine feminine do together is divine. It's for the collective. The demonic doesn't want that. The devil doesn't want that. So you could both be under attack. You could both be having trouble sleeping, things that, that little interferences, because they can never influence free will, right? We all have free will. So they're not powerful enough to influence that, but they can make little disturbances. They can just be like a pest. And so they can, fuck with your technology, alarms not going off, or, noises, chaos around you, things that just sort of disrupt your path. So you're like, oh wait, which way was I going? Was I going left? Was I going right? Like if you go the same way to work every day, and maybe this person's going to take a new route, something's going to distract them. So even if it is a sort of demonic or lower vibration influence, it's going to steer them to their person. And that's what happens a lot of the time, because the divine is all things, and the demonic is just a shadow of the divine. And so it's the demonic influence, the lower shadow vibrations, all of those sort of secular entities and energies and influences. They are all part of the process. Whether they like it or not, they think that they're disrupting it and they're winning and that there's a chance that they're going to win. Darkness never wins. It just doesn't. It can't. Light is way too fucking powerful. You can have a little pin light in a darkened room, and that little light will illuminate that space. If you're in pure darkness, it just takes a pin. It just takes one star to lead the way. Like the three kings, the three wise men, which they are kings, but following that North Star, following the star to the divine, and it's like they don't even know there's just a calling, and everything in them is pulling them. It's like magnetically pulling them into the feminine. They cannot deny it. So even if other things try to fuck with that, this love is too powerful. This draw, this connection is too powerful. So even the little influences that they might manage to try and be like, haha, we got them. We put that blockade, that detour in their way, and then they go left, and guess what? The feminine's car is broken down on the left, and then they stop over to help them. And that's very specific, but maybe something with the car, the moon and the chariot, which the moon and the sun, that divine cosmic connection of those celestial bodies is the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the sun and the moon, which is Leo and Cancer. And that's of the heart chakra. That's following the heart. And that's the true intuition, right? When they say follow your gut, you're following your heart, right? And so, yeah, if you are dealing with any sort of allergies, that could be demonic influence, right? Clean your house, it's dust. There's little pests trying to get in the way. You could have like food poisoning or get like a bug or something in your food. A fly could like land in your food or something. But something with your stomach, right? Because there's something with your immune system that I feel like there's a very superficial, it's maybe going to be a 24-hour bug or something. That maybe you have to call in sick to work, and the reason that you got this and you think that it's messing up your path, or you're not able to go to work. And there goes back to the rest, needing to rest. But in that rest, in you not being on the road, you're going to be, even though it was like a demon, right? And demon sounds like a very severe word, but demons they're dust mites. They're anything that gets into the body, right? It's there are physical demons. It's microbes, it's viruses, it's bacterial infections. Anything that tries to affect the immune system inevitably blocks the chakras, which blocks our channel, our ability to be that pin light in the darkness, right? So allergies would maybe interfere with your third eye because you're sneezing and it's all up here in the sinuses and you're just congested and all of that. Or, you could lose your voice a lot, deal with a lot of like throat chakra things, so you don't speak your truth. And that's a hoarseness from maybe just like a common cold or something. But I feel like, and same with the, with anything with the immune system, right? You could be dealing with a Virgo. Mercurial is also Virgo, Gemini of the throat chakra. It's also Taurus is ruled by the throat chakra. So it's, and then Virgo rules the digestive system, right? The diaphragm and the digestive system, which is your solar plexus, which is your inspiration, which fuels your heart space. And so if your gut is messed up, if you've got any sort of like, irritable bowel syndrome, like if you've got any sort of things that and that's the advice, is to make sure that you're keeping your air, your water filters, you're hydrating, you're getting your vitamins, vitamin C, making sure that you're getting, especially in the winter, you're getting your vitamin D, you're getting out in the sun so that you can reflect on the truth, because the sun is God, it's the truth. As a celestial being, it's the divine masculine. And it kills so many microbes, right? So it's like sun bathing, it's cleansing you, it's you're bathing in the light, but it's cleansing you, it's helping your skin be free of things, it's building your immune system. Something with the immune system, something with sensitivities, allergies, could be interfering with the physical body. And just know that because you stayed home sick from that bug, or from those allergies, maybe asthma or something, you stayed home, and because you stayed home to rest, or because you weren't on that path, you weren't able to be influenced by that detour, right? So it could be that as well. But I just feel like whatever the devil's up to, it's like, not today, Satan. I feel like you need to just take care of yourself in your physical body, because your physical body is representing something in your spiritual body that is under attack, which is what it does. It tells you, it's an indicator. Through yoga, you learn to interpret the signs and symptoms of your physical body as energetic and spiritual diseases, disruptions, disorders. And then you, through the practice and through the practices, you create order and ease. You create comfort in the discomfort. You build your resilience. You build your immune system, your spiritual immune system, to this attack that's always underway. But if there's any concern with that, if you're like, man, I just feel like I feel down, I feel sick, I feel like this isn't coming together. If there's any worry about the timing, or if this is going to come together, is my person going to be able to find me? You know, you might be like, well, if I'm not out and about, my person's not going to be able to find me. My masculine's not going to be able to find me, if you're the feminine. But again, because you were home, right? Because you were home, you avoided something else. And if you were on a detour, whatever this is, whatever this tower is, whatever this influence is, it's leading you to your person. I feel like there was a lot of roundabout ways of just saying that in multiple ways, but hopefully there were some examples that resonated specifically with people, because I feel like there's sort of a doubt going on here. And what needs to happen here is the feminine needs to just hold the ground here, right? She's holding it down. So even though there's this influence, this conflict that's trying to make you doubt your self-worth, that's trying to make you doubt the process, and doubt your power and your ability to manifest, right? Doubting your ability as a god, as a magician, as a creator, as a divine alchemist. It's one little baby wand there. Come on. This little bitch isn't going to do anything. You have 6 wands here. Like, you're outnumbered. The devil is always outnumbered, right? Because it's outpowered. You can't mess with it. You can't mess with the divine. You're divinely protected. So maybe doing some mantras and affirmations, obviously catering and nurturing and doing the self-care regimens, healing the physical body, oil pulling, maybe juicing, fasting. There may be some things in there that, whatever works for you. And maybe you already have like a set of remedies that work for you and you just haven't done them and it's time to do them. Make sure that you just stay on your remedies, because you need to protect your physical body and keep yourself divinely protected. Keep yourself pure, keep yourself clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So I'm not saying that you're dirty or you need to, take a bath or something, but maybe taking a nice warm bath, right? Self-care and hygiene aren't all about brushing your teeth and taking showers. It's the routines put in place to maintain a level of purity, a level of divine cleanliness. Okay, so if you're, consuming a lot of junk foods, put some good stuff in there, right? Don't forget how important your physical body is, because you can put junk into the physical body, you can traumatize the physical body, and even if your spirit is aligned, it will knock it out of alignment, because you will inevitably block something in the physical body. But I would just say, don't worry. Don't worry. If there's any anxiety, sleepless nights, or any kind of confusion about the process, right? Just remember your regimen, remember your routines, get back into them, take your vitamins, nourish your body, and just remember that you're protected. Nobody's going to be able to influence you if you stay in your power, if you know that you're a boss, know that you're a creator, and that your ability to manifest is I was going to say acute, but it's accurate, right? You're right on the money. You're on the path. Even if there's a detour, it loops back around and you'll end up right where you need to be. But we have the 2 of Cups here. Which is, I feel like, I almost said the 2 of Pentacles, and that gives me like your balance maybe fell off, or also like the Gemini influence of being able to be 2 people at once. So trusting in your ability to multitask, trusting in your ability to manifest and create while you're resting, right? Because you are cardinal air. You guys are masculine energy, elementally speaking. You're fire and swords, so fire and air. And so there's often Libras that I know they're very active, right? They're leaders and they go, and they're they wear themselves out and they often forget to get into their pentacles, get into their cups, right? Get into the balanced place and just have faith in the fact that resting is part of the work, right? Nurturing yourself is part of the work, because if you don't keep up on that, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't love yourself, then you start blocking stuff, and then you stop being tuned in. Yeah, we have the Knight of Swords, and there's the Seven of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords. So yeah, there's exactly what I was just saying. There's conflict, there's self-sabotage, there's destructive behaviors, and those things in the masculine of the cardinal air, cardinal fire and swords. The masculine is blocked. There's conflict there. Now that could be the masculine in this dynamic. That could also be the feminine, because this Seven of Wands is between the Two of Swords and the Queen of Swords. It's the feminine could be very stuck in their masculine. If you are the feminine Libra, you could be very stuck in your masculine, and just remember to get into your feminine. Remember to, and I just did, Leo's is uploading now, and that one is remember who you are. So you could have a Leo placement, could be dealing with a Leo. But Leo is about the sun. It's the heart. It shares the heart chakra with the moon. It's the divine. It's source, right? Just ask any Leo. They'll tell you they're God. They'll tell you they're the center of the solar system. So it's, but all creation it comes from there. And also I feel like you need to get out in the sun, because this is very cold, right? And if you're undergoing like black magic or something in the wands fire energy, then the purest form of that element to be a magician is the sun, right? Everything else is manufactured. Everything else has been using the power of the sun to make flints and create fire. Like, we're secondary alchemists, right? There's the divine creator, which is the collective as a whole, and we as individuals are like pieces of that, right? But this Hangman, this is taking your time, slowing down a little bit, looking at things in a different light, and maybe changing your perspective and your perception of what work is. You could be overworking yourself, and that's that staying busy just for the sake of being busy. That's not healing. That's not the work that matters when you're talking about a divine union. The work that matters is the inner work, the shadow work, making sure the devil, keeping the devil at bay. All right, not today, Satan. Not today. Taking care of your attachments. The devil is also Capricorn, which is the workaholic of the zodiac. They're a fellow cardinal sign. There's that Page of Swords and the Hanged Man again. So, King of Wands. Yeah, a lot of Pisces energy here. So, if you have a Pisces around you, maybe you have a friend that's a Pisces. If you don't have a Pisces placement and you're not dealing with a Pisces, or you don't know that you're dealing with a Pisces, you know, Pisces is romantic and they just kind of do things their own way as well, but they're a water sign. So, you need to maybe learn from them, inhabit some of the behaviors and practices that they do. If you think about a Pisces, it's water, it's immutable. And so it's really getting into that discernment of when to stay, when to go, when to listen to the head, when to listen to the heart. And the balance between the two is where our intuition lies, right? Lies like it rests. Again, with the resting, Four of Swords. But the intuition doesn't lie. The intuition truths, right? So if you want to tap into the truth and stop doubting the process, then be the process. Find resources, find people, observe other people that seem to be good at, efficient at I feel like there's this efficiency and proficiency and a lot of like work and a lot of masculine terminology versus like just like your idea of success or your idea of achievement. This divine union is like an achievement. It's like a end goal. It's a destination that you have to get to, that you're racing to get to. But it's trusting the process. It's looking at the other drivers. It's being mindful, practicing mindfulness. And maybe you know how to do that and you have ways of doing that, but you've fallen out of it. You've gotten caught up in the work. You've gotten caught up in the physical, the masculine 3D. And this is to call you both into your 5D. And I feel like your person is waiting there. They're waiting there. The feminine is waiting there. And so if you are the feminine and you're like, oh yeah, I've really shifted into my masculine, then return to yourself. Return to where you are, where you wait for your person, where you wait to receive, where you trust in the process, and really get back to that that intuitive knowing and that intuitive peace in the chaos that is this life. So hopefully there was something in here for you. And until next time, I wish you well.